Welcome to Unfiltered Discussion. You got Ash in the building.
Got Ash in the building.
And today we have India from the Crown Community Foundation. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, so we're just going to get straight into it. So, India, tell us, what made you create your foundation?
The birthing idea for my foundation is not even all that we do today.
Okay.
I'll tell you though. So, originally, I wasn't unemployed. I'm sorry. So you know how the government issues all these assistance programs for women who have children and no jobs or are homeless or whatever. I found myself in a situation, not even myself, actually, a friend of mine also at the time where I needed help. And I couldn't get it because I wasn't jobless. I didn't have kids. I wasn't homeless, but I was still struggling. You know what I mean? So I originally created this space for that. And then compiled on top of that, I thought it would be good to have like a network of women like myself, you know, women who were trying to be self-employed on a mission to create whatever dream they saw fit for themselves, but within this network to be able to help not only ourselves in our network, but also to be able to help the communities that we each serve. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody doesn't want to be a part, everybody doesn't want to be a nonprofit, but you have your business, I have my business, you have your business. I'm sure that in order to help you with your business, you could use my service. You know what I mean? And not my service. My service is a patron. I'm sorry. And vice versa. And then collectively we would come together and help the communities in some way, shape, or form. So that was originally what we wanted to do, and we're still on that mission today. But it's transforming into something different, you know, like we're a community. We actually just got to our new location. We're in Gloucester City, New Jersey. It's not where I thought I would be. I wanted to be in my hometown. Well, I was born in Camden, but I couldn't find space there. So I'm like one town over in Gloucester, but we're slow, not even slowly actually, becoming like a staple in the community there. So we're like a community outreach center. We get not only women, even though we're female focused, we're getting men coming in for help, for food, kids coming in, and it's really great. It's growing more and more rewarding by the day, even though I'm not on this single mission anymore. I'm so sorry. I know that wasn't even.
No. You know better than we do.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
You know, especially being a woman of yourself that couldn't get those resources, especially working, because a lot of programs are geared towards people who aren't working and who are falling short and things of that nature. So, where do you really see your business going?
Well, as I stated, we're still on the mission to create that network, and that's something that once we get through this next fundraiser, I'm going to be focusing a lot more on. But I like where we're headed in terms of what we're doing in the community. You know what I mean? It feels really good, and I would just like for us to keep expanding on that, and probably create more community-based programs. Honestly, we get feedback from the locals in the community, from the officials in the community all the time about, you know, what we're doing is good in the community we're in. Which again, I never would have even expected to be in that space. You know, it's an old dead town, for lack of a better term, and it almost feels like we're breathing a little bit of life back into it, and that feels good. So I would like to keep doing that.
I like that. That's funny because we kind of had that conversation the other day about the lack of resources, right? Yes, and then especially when you don't have kids, they just expect you to have it all together, which is crazy because, like you said, we all fall short sometimes or somewhere. So now when you say that you have a lot of different programs for the community, can you like name a few? I heard you talk about food, but what else?
Okay, so right now, our food program is part of our Wealth and Wellness campaign that we're working on. So every week we are giving away boxes of produce that we get donated from. Actually, they come from a produce company down in Vineland, but there's an organization that gets them to us weekly, which we greatly appreciate. Just to get that out into the community. And so we're doing that every Tuesday and Wednesday, and then obviously whatever other food we get in, we just give out to the community. We are working on putting together some financial literacy classes, which we're actually taking ourselves also, so that we know what we're putting out into the community before we put it out into the community. We do college prep, like help with college application process, financial aid, stuff like that. We're in the process of putting together a few other programs that I can't really get into right now because I don't want to speak on something that isn't actually a thing yet. But we're working on parenting classes. Oh my gosh. Parenting class. Oh, meal prep classes. And I'm not even joking. If you can think of it, we're probably going to put it together. I want to create a one-stop shop for women and their families. You know what I mean? Job prep. We get that going too. Resume prep. We're even putting together. You ever hear of the Dress for Success program? I know everybody's heard that. Yeah. We're trying to create our own version of that. We're struggling with the name because it just sounds cool to say Dress for Success. But we can't take Dress for Success.
Nah, I know you could come up with something.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
So, no, I heard you say that, I know this is really geared towards women, right? And I heard that you also said that, y'all let the men come and they get food.
Yeah.
So does the resources start right there for men?
No. If someone comes in, if a gentleman comes in and he needs anything that we can provide or a resource that we can guide him towards, we'll definitely help him. Okay. We're just female focused,
No, I dig it.
Yeah.
No shade.
Right.
But no, okay, so no, I honestly, is needed, right? Like you said, I'm not from Jersey, so I can't really say what you guys have in your community. Like, of course, in Philly, we got a lot of resources, right?
Yeah.
In different neighborhoods, whether they utilize them or not, it's up to the people, right? But the fact that you had to first experience it and then see the need, right? And then now you're giving it back out there, which is a good thing. It's a great thing. Honestly, giving out something that you can't really put a price tag on, right? Because resources is everybody needs resources
at some point in life.
Everyone does. Yeah, but a lot of times we know where to go get them from, right? But the fact that you out there, y'all putting your name out there, y'all just getting it done. So I love to see that. And how many years now have you been doing it?
So we started officially in 2018. Okay. I got the idea back in 2017 or 2016, but officially we became an organization in 2018, and we started picking up a little bit of steam, and then I just had a child, and that slowed me down, and then COVID hit, and then that significantly slowed me down because I was one of those crazy COVID people who didn't want to go outside. Like, I'm not leaving the house, I'm not going anywhere, and I was working remotely, so it was convenient. And then after a while, I just started, watching the world continue around me, and I'm like, you know what, I got to get back out there. So we jumped back in last year, and now we're full steam ahead, if that's the way that saying goes. But I feel like we're getting a lot done now. I feel like I'm getting more done now than I did before COVID hit.
Yeah, this is like a recovery period, where everybody is trying to figure things out. So that's good, especially given that you have the resources to provide the people. So therefore, they're trying to hurry up and get themselves back in motion, going to work. Those job readiness programs and stuff like that is important.
Right.
So. Absolutely, I agree 1,000%. Then I also seen that. So could you explain what is the pink ribbon that you're doing? So I know it's a run, but exactly.
It's not a run.
It's not. So that's what it's saying. Like
the pink ribbon road.
Like this, right? The way it's explaining a description, it seems like it's like a walk or run. Like, it seems like y'all doing it, of course, for a purpose, right?
follow the Pink Ribbon Road.
Exactly.
That's our campaign to raise money for breast cancer awareness, prevention, and women's health overall. Okay. So I didn't even know that. So I was doing research on breast cancer awareness, and I saw that pink ribbon signifies women's health, period, not even just breast cancer. So I really like that about it. What the Pink Ribbon Road is just that. It's our campaign to raise money for breast cancer and women's health. Did you donate? I'm kidding. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. No, but that it's just an awareness campaign.
Okay. Yeah. So exactly what is transpiring. So it's coming up on a date, and exactly is that just the deadline, that date that you put out on that website? Like exactly what do you guys do that day?
I need to fix that. Hold on. So the pink ribbon thing ends in October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it will end with a walk, run.
Which I stated, because I'm very good at reading it and articulating what I was seeing up there. So I'm like, wait, that's what the description stated.
It will end with a walk, run, ordeal. The date for that timer is for a community pop-up event that we have next month. Okay. And I should probably move that if it looks like
the thrift shop thing?
Yes.
Okay.
It's I'm calling it a thrift event. It's becoming more of a community day event because like locals are getting involved. The local officials are getting involved. We're gonna have some vendors out there. That's gonna be good. We actually did it before, pre-COVID, on a much smaller scale. It's a pop-up thrift shop. And we are redoing it this year on a much larger scale. I'm really excited about it. I feel like I'm probably not showing how excited I am about it, but I'm very excited about it. Anyway, so the timer on the that you see on the website is counting down to that event. And as I said, it's just going to be kind of like a community style day where we have vendors come out. We're going to get a bouncy house out for the kids, and face painting, and music, like fun day. Yeah, if you guys remember, I don't know if they had that over. It'll be like that. May 21st. Yeah, check us out.
Yeah, I was reading it. I was like, wow, okay, so I know y'all guys are looking for vendors. So is it people that's actually selling their product? Because I see it say new and used things to like.
So we'll have the organization itself will be selling new and used products like Goodwill style. That's what we're doing. But we'll have vendors out selling whatever they sell, new products. Most of the vendors are out there selling new products. I just said new and used because that we'll be putting our stuff out, like you know how the Goodwill takes in donations. So everything right now that we're getting donated is, which I tell people, everything that we get donated up until that point right now will go out for sale.
Good. So what are some of the challenges you feel like you faced since starting your foundation?
I think the two hardest things that I've had to deal with are, one, funding. Funding. A lot of what we do is based on what we get donated and what we put out ourselves right now. So we do a lot of self-funding. We're working on getting grants in, which is another process in itself. Grant writers are golden at this point. And we don't have a grant writer. So if anyone knows a grant writer, if you are a grant writer and you're looking to drum up some business at Crown Community Foundation, hit us up. We need a grant writer. So the funding, and then staffing. Staffing is difficult because we're nonprofit, so we can't afford to pay people. It's really hard to get people to consistently show up to help out. People do show up to help out. I don't want to take away from that. People definitely do show up and help out, but it's really hard to get people to consistently do that without being able to pay them.
Okay, and so based off of that, what is it like as far as your support system goes into running your business?
I have a pretty decent support system. My family shows up to help when they can. My friends show up to help when they can, when I ask. And lately the community's been showing up. You know, people knock on our door and say, hey, what can I help you with? We like what you're doing. What can we help you with? So it's good. It's good. It's coming together. It's definitely coming together.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, like, what is the hours?
We're in the office. Our official hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We're in there probably until 9 o'clock some nights. Very often we leave around 7:30. But we're officially there Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 23 North Broadway, Gloucester City, New Jersey.
Wow. Okay, so now the job readiness, right? Is that strictly for just like adults, or is that for teens? Like, is that like?
You know what? I hadn't even thought about it for teens, but we definitely will help as long as it's legal. You know what I mean? As long as it's depending on their age, as long as your parent agrees.
And they got work papers.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was just wondering about that. I know the summertime coming up, and that way they could get into other things instead of things they're not supposed to be into.
Absolutely.
So that's good. That's good. So when you say that y'all moved to, so the space that you moved to, is it a way bigger space than what you initially started out at?
Yeah, I was pre-COVID in a small spot on Broadway in Camden, super small. And this it's funny too because it costs more money to be in that little space in the space that I'm in now. It's a lot bigger. And even though it's not ideal, it wasn't ideal initially because, like I said, I felt like it would be good to give back to the space, where I came from. But it's a much bigger space. It's a nice space. I love it.
Good. Well, I'm happy about that. So now, when you say, because I know you're still trying to, it's like you're connecting the dots, right? When it comes down to what's getting added in, what you feel like supposed to place here and place there. And I know Ashley asked that, like, what is it that you want for it? Like, is this something that you want to keep strictly in your hometown, like in Jersey, or are you trying to?
Yes. I would love to say that I would love for this to be a global movement, but I wouldn't want to stretch myself too thin. If one day it happens, then it'll happen, but I love the idea of serving the place that I come from. You know what I mean? I love the idea of doing that. Jersey for sure. Like we'll go all over Jersey, Philly, Delaware. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I currently those are the areas I'm servicing. The tri-state area, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
If one day we can help someone, if our reach can extend beyond that one day, I'm totally open to that. But right now, that's what we're focusing on.
Okay. So when it comes down to like getting when it comes out to getting, Crown Community Foundations out into the community, is this something you do word by mouth? Is it just social media? Like how is that done?
Word of mouth, social media. We're out in the community actually this weekend passing out flyers, brochures. I'm emailing people. My outreach specialist is reaching out to people, her resources, having them reach out to people. Our photographer is reaching out to people, like anybody you can, like whatever we can do, we're doing it. We're going to churches, putting bulletins in for the church announcements, the schools, whatever we can do.
Great. So another one thing I would like to know, like when it comes down to serving, right? Do you know how many people you served so far?
I do not. It's so funny. Our outreach specialist literally just told me that, like you have to start keeping track of who. So I do get everyone's contact info, but I couldn't tell you how many people we've serviced, because like sometimes people literally knock on the door and say, hey, I'm starving, you know what I'm saying, or I don't have anywhere to take this box of food, but can you give me something, and I'm not like, oh, hey, let me jot down your info, or I'll ask and they'll be like, I don't have a phone, I don't have email, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, which is now, because of course I didn't know yet. I always specialist didn't ask you that. But, because a lot of people like to put, like, kind of like throwing up, we have certain like 2,500 people, you know what I mean? And just to see yourself grow, because that kind of could be like a goal of yours eventually. So I guess the second person that asked you that, so I guess now you'll be getting the count. Exactly.
You actually have to do, you have to be able to gauge how many people you're serving to get funding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now I know you said with the funding is hard. So how can I say it? If, right, fund, because nobody wants funding to ever become a problem, right? If that ever was to show up for you, are you just going to keep pushing, or are you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because nothing's permanent. You know, we might get funding today from company A, and next year they've given it to another company, or they don't have it. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep grinding. We want all the money. Just, and only for, you know, to help people. We want all the money. But it's expensive.
You know, it is.
Yeah. It's expensive. It's rewarding, but it's expensive, you know, and it's still a business, you know, and it has to pay for it.
No, I agree, and I know you said that it's hard, like keeping staff in it, you know, because it's a nonprofit. Yeah. So like, and especially given it's crazy because you came in, right, because you know you fell short a little bit. This is why you created, but now it's like, dang, I'm helping out others, but my staff, and like, am I able to, you know, help them financially how they need to be helped as well, you know?
Right.
So it's like, how does that, like, because that's kind of like a dilemma. Like, of course, like you said, we need money. We all need money, right? So are people just coming in like on a regular 8-hour shift and doing it, or they just volunteering and like
people come in, people volunteer basically for events. Oh, like, okay, you need help with, anything coming up you need help with, I'll help with that. Or I'll come in maybe and answer the phone for a few hours. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's working a full 8-hour shift, or even beyond myself and the outreach specialist, even 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that, because I wouldn't want to eat up anyone's time in a large quantity and then not pay them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where we are. When we get some funding in, we'll, you know, set up some positions and pay somebody to work full time.
That's perfect.
That's funny that she said it about the volunteering. You have some college students that may just want to volunteer just for the experience, but for that, or even some teenage children that's like in high school, probably would possibly want to volunteer, or either like advertise that you're looking for volunteers for a couple hours, and may possibly have just permanent people that just volunteer and rotate like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we actually do have a couple high school kids, one in particular who comes in to volunteer. She wants to work all the time though, and we can't do that, but we put something out into the community. I sent over something to the local high schools in the town that we're in and the surrounding towns, and to the colleges, because they can use it for credit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's good. So that one hand washes the other.
Exactly. That's why I said that.
You know that. So my thing is, it was my one question left right out of my head. 1 second. Yeah, I hate that, and I literally, because when you brought up the volunteering, it was literally sent. It was literally sent right then. It's something that I really want to know. So maybe you got something, because I gotta.
Okay. You stated in the beginning, you said you help homeless people as well, right?
Yeah.
People of the homeless. So what type of resources do you provide as far as the homeless population goes?
So currently we can't house any homeless people,
right,
but we're working on that also.
Okay.
So for a situation like that, our resource is basically information.
Okay.
You know, we'll get them to someone who can help them, or we'll get on the phone, because they don't have access to the phone. They can make calls from here, from our location, or just getting them somewhere to someone who can help them. I had a guy last week, was it last week? Actually, he's a Philadelphia resident, and most of my resources obviously are in Jersey, so I had to do a little bit of research, you know, to get info, to get him where he needed to be. And he actually literally, that was last week. 2 days ago, I spoke to him, and he's in a facility right now.
You know what I mean? Love that.
Yeah. So that's it. Outside of like feeding them, clothing them, a homeless person, we can't do much for except provide information.
Okay.
We'll do the work. You know what I mean? But we can't actually house them. Not yet. Working on it.
Well, I love that. So, because we're not familiar with the resources that Jersey has, so do you guys have a lot of shelters and stuff over in Jersey, or?
I wouldn't say there are a lot, but there are resources and programs that they put in place of that, like where there's if there's the homeless shelters are limited, but they'll still supply housing. Like I know they have a deal where we are with like the Days Inn Motel.
Oh, okay.
So outside of if they can't put you into this shelter, they'll send you over to the Days Inn and you have a hotel room, which I honestly think is better than being in a shelter. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Okay, so honestly, like I said, overall, I love everything that you're doing, right? I just, hope that everything, because it's everything for me. If I was really down, I'm going to come up, right, from whatever it is that I'm creating. Mm-hmm. So I just want you to, continue to do everything that you're doing. I know it's going to be more, because like I said, I was looking at the mission statement, everything that's coming up. I see you got different events coming up. Mm-hmm. And like you said, listen, I can't speak prematurely, but it's way more to come. This is only the beginning, right? So, I want you to be able to tell people exactly where they can find you at. Put all your information out there.
Okay, so we are physically located in Gloucester City at 23 North Broadway, Gloucester City, New Jersey, 08030. Our phone number is 856-349-2471. You can email us at info@crowncommunityfoundation.org. We are on Facebook under Crown Communities. Crown Community Foundation, I'm so sorry. And then our Instagram is @Crown Community Foundation. I think that is it. Come check us out. DM us, call us, send your friends, send your mamas, send somebody. Also, for young women in high school, we are currently, and this is not on the website, forgive me, giving away prom dresses.
Oh, I love it.
So we got a bunch of dresses donated and they need homes. So if you know anybody, you have friends, cousins, sisters, daughters who are in need of prom dresses, you just want to come try it, just come check it out, come try it on. And if you like it, take it home with you. Also, we have a few jewelry saleswomen, who said for every girl that comes in and takes a dress, they can pick a piece of jewelry out. It's really nice. That's really nice. Additionally, I met someone walked into our office last week who runs a cosmetology school about 2 blocks back from us. So if you come in, you get a dress, you get some free jewelry. You can go down to the cosmetology school and get your hair done, nails done, makeup done, and then you can try on your dress. They'll take pictures of you and everything. Oh, that's nice. They charge $15, but that's still really good.
Yes,
that is still really good. So check us out. That.
That's dope. Yeah, that's much needed. A lot of young girls don't have the resources. A lot of parents don't have it.
Right. Yeah. I didn't even know prom tickets. I mean, I'm sure the price would inflate over time. It's been a while since I went to the prom, but prom tickets are like $85 now.
Just to go to
they were $90 when I was in high school.
Oh my gosh! No.
Yes.
So I had a girl come in last week, and her mom, she's like, my mom's not gonna let me go to the prom. She took a dress, but she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna go because I don't know if my mom's gonna be able to get the ticket. I'm like, well, how much is the ticket? In my head, I'm thinking, well, $50. I got you. I was like, $80. I'm like, oh my gosh.
So I wonder, did she get the ticket?
She didn't get the ticket. Yeah, she's gonna get the ticket though. I don't know. She's gonna get the ticket.
Yeah, because I wanted to go to prom.
Right.
Yeah. That's expensive.
But yeah, I was saying that to say like it's expensive. So come get a dress, go get your makeup done, go get some jewelry, and so the only thing you have to pay for is a ticket and some shoes.
Oh well, yeah. I can find that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, listen, keep doing what you do. I love your movement. I'm all about women empowerment. And it's just the fact that you following what you felt was needed, right? So it's not just you, it's bigger than you at the end of the day. Right. And I know it's going to continue to grow. Like I said, I just feel like I can't say it's just your beginning because you're already begun, but I know it's going to expand, it's going to flourish, it's going to do everything you want it to do. And sometimes it'd be more stuff than we even thought was going to happen.
Right.
Exactly. So that's the really priceless piece in it all. It was a pleasure having you on. And this is Nash signing. Oh, you're welcome. This is Nash signing off.
Ed signing off.
And India too.
Bye bye.